Hi Virgo, this is your monthly reading for September. Love and relationship reading, I should say. Let me just turn the camera ever so slightly for you. I have already shuffled the cards and laid them out, so we're going to get straight into your reading. Now, just a quick look at this reading and these cards. It's not looking very good, Virgos. I don't know what's going on for you. Anyway, the first card we have is the Five of Pentacles. Now, first of all, the Pentacles is your own energy. It's Earth energy and it relates to Virgo, Capricorn and Taurus. Now, 5 in most suits, in all the suits, is not good, okay? Now, the Five of Pentacles can be about knowing when something is not quite being delivered properly within a relationship, okay? It could be that you or the other person is feeling not good enough, okay, for the other person. It could be that you or the other person is feeling that down the road they're not really going to take care of you in the way that you need. It's all about the emotional connection has now become hard to digest between both of you. It can be a card about not feeling supported enough within the relationship, feeling lonely and a lack of support. The thing is, quite often with this card, is that could be how you or the other person is feeling, but sometimes it may not be the actual reality. And also, with this card, you can see that these people are walking along and they feel very much left out in the cold, not supported and very much on their own. But above them is that window, and that signifies that that is their sanctuary in there, that there is help there, that maybe not all is lost, but it's going to require them to look up and to realize that. But either way, it's not a very auspicious card and it's not a great way to start this reading. Now, the next card we have is the Ace of Cups. Cups are water energy. They represent our emotions and feelings. The cups represent Scorpio, Pisces and Cancer. Now, like I always say what the signs are, but it doesn't mean you're dealing with somebody from one of those signs, okay? Now, this has fallen within your helping and hindering position, okay? And unfortunately, it's not good again, because it's showing that not only is this cup upside down, but the cup's completely empty, okay? It's like there's an instability within the relationship, or somebody's acting with a false heart. Somebody could be saying that they love the other person when actually they don't. It's like that feeling where at one point the emotion seemed very intense between both of you, but now you sense that though the intensity of those emotions has lessened so much that it almost feels there is no emotional connection anymore between you. It can as well be that somebody is pouring out their emotions, but in a negative way, not in a positive way. But overall, it's showing some sort of instability and somebody possibly acting with a false heart. Now, if this is you, then it's not good, okay? Because it's showing that somebody has a complete lack of faith within themselves or within the future of this relationship. Now, if this is you, then, you know, best to be honest and speak about it. And if it's the other person, then obviously they need to do the same thing. But somebody is acting with a false heart. And there's a lack of, as I said, stability within the long-term future of this relationship. Now, unfortunately, down here, we have a major arcana. It is the Tower card. Most people really hate to see the Tower card. In some cases, I like the Tower card, okay? Now, this has fallen within the foundations of this situation. Basically, the Tower card is about change, but it comes at a speed. You can see from the card, it looks very destructive, and to be honest with you, the Tower card is a destructive card. Sometimes it can be destructive in a good way, sometimes a bad way, but either way it is destructive. You can see the people were in that tower, you know, lightning has struck it, they didn't expect that to happen, and now the tower is collapsing. And what the Tower card represents really is, it's like destiny is at work here. Okay, nobody maybe could have foreseen this coming, but it was meant to happen. It's almost like a fated situation where this tower was meant to collapse. And as I said, nobody saw it coming, because for sure, if those people had seen it coming within this card, they would have left the tower before it happened. It's about a collapse of an idea or a collapse of a lifestyle. The collapse of a dream, the collapse of a venture. And what it's saying really is it's more like bad luck. As I said, it's more like destiny. This tower was meant to collapse, and it's no good you blaming the other person or them blaming you. It was just the way it was meant to be. It's the way it's meant to go. Now, very much forewarned is forearmed. So I see a collapse of something, and I see it coming out of the blue. So just be wary of that, because the Tower card is really, really destructive. Now, the next card we have is the Magician. It's a major arcana. It is reversed, and it's fallen within your position of your near past. Now, when I say near past, it could be yesterday. It doesn't have to be a long time ago. It's the near past. But it's something that's having an effect now, or, you know. Unfortunately, when the Magician is reversed, it's somebody that acts or is acting in a manipulative way. Somebody who comes across as very charming, very loving, very caring, but they're not. There's deceit behind this person. It's almost like they have a hidden agenda. It's almost like they they want something from you, or they need something that you can offer them at this time. So they're kind of playing this charming character, or coming across in this charming way, basically just to get what they need from you. It's almost like they're exploiting you. And the thing is with this card, more often than not, when it shows up, the other person has the sense that they're being exploited. The other person feels that this person is not too good to be true, but they can almost sense that something's a little bit off. They kind of feel that possibly there is a hidden agenda there, but maybe they don't want to see it. It can show as well that somebody can be out of touch with reality. Somebody may be very confused and is not seeing things clearly. But either way, it's a card showing, warning against disappointment or betrayal. And to be very careful, because, as I said, somebody could be coming across in a very charming, loving way. But it's possible they have a hidden agenda. It's possible that they are just making use of you in some way for now. And they are being, as I said, deceitful and manipulative and exploiting you. So just be careful, because the Magician reversed is not a nice person. He comes across in a nice way. It's almost like that stereotypical kind of thing. And, please forgive me if anybody out there is a car salesman. But that kind of second-hand car salesman dealer that you go along and he spins you a yarn and he tells you that this car can do this and that and it's perfect and it's, but he's doing that just to get you to buy the car because he wants rid of it. But it doesn't mean the car is all of the things he said it is. It's that kind of situation. So just be wary and just be careful. And if you are in a relationship with somebody that you've got this feeling that something's not quite right deep down, then go on your gut instinct. Now, the next card we have is the Eight of Cups. This has fallen within the more here and now kind of position. Now, the Eight of Cups can be very much about a need to withdraw or escape. There's disappointment, okay, which then brings this need to walk away. As you can see, there's the 8 cups there. It's almost like another cup should be there, because we're one away, obviously, from the 9 of Cups. And it's almost like, it's like a sense of not feeling completely fulfilled, okay? That some things have been achieved within this relationship, but there's still a sense of unfulfillment. So much so that the person in the end decides that they're not completely fulfilled in one way or another. And Cups is to do with our emotions and feelings. So maybe somebody isn't feeling completely fulfilled emotionally within this relationship. So there is this need to just walk away, to withdraw from this situation, to escape it, because there's disappointment attached with this card. And the person has decided to just walk away from it. Rather than have conflict and arguments and all of those sort of things, the person has just decided to turn their back and walk away. The next card we have is the Eight of Pentacles. Now, the Eight of Pentacles, this has fallen within your near position, okay? Your near future, sorry. And so like I said with the near past, we're talking more in terms of weeks rather than months and years, okay? Again, in a love and relationship setting, it's showing that there is an obstacle, because once again it's showing that either party is not serious about this love relationship. They may be coming across in that way, like the Magician may be coming across that they are serious, but they're not. Deep down, they're not. It can as well indicate about a change or a new beginning that is going to start, okay? It can as well show that somebody can be quite lazy within their relationships, that they don't really put enough effort into maintaining the relationship and to keep it going. But overall, it's about there being an obstacle within this relationship, and that somebody is coming across that they are committed and serious to this relationship, but deep down they're not, okay? We've seen it with the Magician, the false heart, acting deceitful. We've seen with the Ace of Cups that there is an instability within this relationship, and that quite possibly the emotional connection that was there is now either completely gone or has started to go. Now, again here, this reading is a difficult one, because, and I hate bringing bad news in my readings. I much prefer it to be all roses and light, but sometimes it's not like that, unfortunately. Now, the Nine of Swords is to do with, the swords are air, okay? They represent our mind, our logic, not the emotional aspect now, more the mental aspects of things. The Nine of Swords has fallen within the position of you, okay? Now, the Nine of Swords, you can see the man is sitting up in bed. He's got his head in his hands, and you can see he obviously looks like he's in despair. And that's what this card is about. It's about mental anguish. It's about possibly feeling guilty about something. It's about how arguments have been there. And all of this has thrown you into this kind of den of despair kind of feeling. That all of this stress and worry is just enveloping all of your thoughts. You can't, it's like in the daytime you're coming across as you know, happy and cheerful maybe to others, okay? Maybe if others were to see you in the daytime, they wouldn't necessarily think something was wrong. But in, sorry, in the quiet time of the night time, when you are on your own, you are in this position of this man. You are, you know, possibly struggling to sleep. And that's when things are going around and around and around in your head. And all of this worry and stress, you know, is there. But what this card is showing is that's how you are feeling mentally, okay? But if this relationship is going to end, either way, you have to understand that this is your thoughts now. This is how you are feeling, okay? But things can improve, okay? But maybe the way they're going to improve is for this relationship to come to an end. Because by the ending of this relationship, then the stress, the mental anguish, any feelings of guilt can then start to fade. Now, the next card we have here is the Hanged Man. It's a major arcana. This card has fallen within the position of your environment, your friends and family, or sometimes how others may be seeing you. Now, the Hanged Man, first of all, it can represent that a breakup is going to take place, okay, or has taken place. And that at the moment, either you or the other person needs space. That either party is obviously feeling hurt and in pain over this breakup. So they're kind of hanging in limbo. They're not at a stage where they're able to completely move on with their life, because they are feeling obviously very upset and they're in a lot of pain at the moment. So they're in this limbo state. They're hanging around because they can't think about anything else at the moment. They can't maybe deal with anything else at the moment. The pain has got them kind of rooted to one spot. It can as well talk about the waiting game. Not the waiting game in the sense that waiting for somebody else, but it can often mean that somebody's got a decision to make, okay? And they're in limbo. They don't know which way to go. But a decision needs to be made. And they're kind of hanging and hanging and hanging while trying to make this decision. Because you can see the light is around this man's head. And that is showing that he needs to make a decision. But as I said, he's in limbo. He doesn't quite know which way to go. It can as well sometimes speak of somebody could be sacrificing their own happiness to save a relationship. And if you or the other person is doing that, then it's not good. Because when you're in a relationship, both parties need to be happy. And you cannot sacrifice your long-term happiness just to keep a relationship going. Because that's not going to serve anybody. And that's not going to help further down the line. Don't sacrifice your own happiness. But it's certainly either somebody is unable to move on at the moment because of a breakup, Or somebody is, as I said, sacrificing their own happiness to keep this relationship going. Or somebody has a major decision to make regarding this relationship and is kind of hovering at the moment and trying to gain some more clarity within their own mind and feelings before making the decision. Now here we have the Four of Wands. The Wands is fire energy. They represent Aries, Leo and Sagittarius. Now this has fallen within your hopes and fears position. Now, the Four of Wands often speaks about marriages and engagements, okay? But where this has fallen in this position, I feel very much that you are hoping that some happiness and some stability can be maintained within this relationship. You are hoping to find peace within this relationship. I'm not saying that you're hoping it's going to lead to an engagement or a marriage, but that is possible. You could be feeling that way. And it can talk about the hope of trying to move past mistakes and to try and gain, as I said, peace and stability back within this relationship. And I think that's what you are hoping for. But the thing with our hopes and fears position is it's just that. It's our hopes and fears. It's not the reality of a situation. It's what we are hoping for deep down or what we are fearing deep down. But it's not the reality. And I think very much you are hoping that this relationship can be saved. That the sense of stability and peace and happiness can be found again within this relationship. But if you are dealing with this magician character that really is coming across in this loving, caring way, but really just has a hidden agenda, then maybe, it's not good. We've seen with the Ace of Cups that really the emotional connection is now starting to fade in some way. And we've got the Tower there with this massive destructive thing collapsing. So, I think sadly you're hoping for this situation. Now, the next card we have, this is the final outcome card. This is the Six of Pentacles. It is reversed. Now, when it's reversed, it talks about a block in happiness, okay? It can talk about somebody, one person is giving too much in the relationship. They're giving more than they're getting back. It's like one person is getting more out of the relationship. One person is getting all the love, attention, and the other person isn't. It's out of balance. You possibly are giving all of your love, but you're not getting it back from the other person. It's like a complete absence of understanding. It can show stormy arguments. Just generally that somebody is being more generous within this relationship than the other person. That it's completely out of balance. And that is creating a block in the fulfillment and the happiness within this relationship. Because, as I said, we've seen it with the magician. Somebody is manipulating. Somebody has got a hidden agenda. Somebody is making use of you in some way, and I don't know which way, but somebody's making use of you for their own needs, and quite possibly when they've got what they want, then quite possibly they're going to walk away. But somebody is acting in this relationship with a false heart, most definitely. One, the relationship is out of balance, and maybe you are not seeing that, or maybe deep down you do see it. You know, but maybe you're choosing to overlook it. I don't know. But this relationship is very much out of balance. One person is giving more in this relationship than the other person. So, Virgo, it was quite a deep reading, to be honest with you. And unfortunately, it's not one of the best readings I've done recently at all. Just please be aware with this Tower card and this Magician, because this Magician is coming across as very charming and loving, but really they're not. They have a hidden agenda here, so be warned about that. And with the Tower, the foundations of this relationship are rocky, okay? The foundations are not secure and stable. The Tower card, I think, has shown up, if not for a major destructive thing to be taking place, then to show you that the foundations of this relationship are not stable. It's not built on a good foundation. That either emotionally you two are not quite right for each other. Maybe physically the relationship is great, but emotionally there may be a lack of connection completely between you, because we've seen with the Ace of Cups that the emotional connection is not there. The cup, as I said, is not only empty, but it's completely upside down. So the Tower card could be representing that this relationship is not based on firm, strong foundations. It's either that or something very destructive is going to happen with the foundations of this relationship, and it's going to completely, bring it to an end. But we see you with the Nine of Swords, that when you are on your own, you are feeling this mental anguish. You may not be showing this to people around you, but in your alone time, that's how you're feeling. And you need to try and come out of that. And it's not easy if you're dealing with a situation like this. But I don't see this relationship going the distance, to be truthful, by the cards we've got on the table. But hey, I could be wrong. This is still to be played out, because this is for the month of September. But the thing I often do forget to say with my readings is that although this is for September, it doesn't have to play out in September. Sometimes these energies can come later. It could be 2 months down the road. It could be 3 months down the road. I wouldn't go as far as to say 6-month time period. But it is possible that over the next few months, this is going to start to kick in, and you're going to see, you know, this playing out possibly within a relationship in your life. So, Virgo, I wish it had been a more positive reading. Now, on the upside, obviously, there's lots of Virgos out there, and this reading is not going to resonate with all of you, okay? Maybe a small portion of the reading may, but not all of it. But if you have liked the video, please give it the thumbs up. If you haven't, by all means, give me the thumbs down. If you wish to leave a comment, then that is great. I love to read all the comments that are left, and I always make sure that I reply to every comment. So, you know, I really wish this reading could have been more positive. I don't like doing readings where there's so much negativity there, but obviously the cards have shown up like that to get a message across to you and to make you aware of a situation that you need to be aware of. So that concludes your reading. I will be back again in October to do your next general and love reading. So until then, thank you for watching. Bye.